Interesting one there by Mr. Shaq. And if it is one thing you can't say about him, is that he's not uh, fair in the sharing of licks, the boy man, right? And we must, as individuals, as leaders, politicians, whatever, have the fortitude and the tenacity to take criticism, to listen to what our Kaisonians, our artists, our people have to say, and be better. We are not perfect, nor are we infallible. There is no there's no ground in a democracy where people should not be able to express their satisfaction or their dissatisfaction with circumstances. Let us not pretend that any government, any human being, let us not pretend like we are perfect. We have made mistakes in the past, and it is incumbent upon us to correct those mistakes. Sometimes we make that mistake yesterday. Sometimes we fall short yesterday. Sometimes there's a misunderstanding of what we do. Sometimes we feel like we have no choice. We take the parts and the positions that we think are the best. And people look at the consequences of those actions and they criticize them because they have negative implications as well. They have positive implications, they have negative implications. So too, sometimes the direction that others want us to take, they have positive implications, but they also have negative implications. What we have to guard is our intention. Whenever we do something, we take a decision, it should be with an intention for goodness for others. It should be with that intention. It should be grappling for us to think, to try to find the best way. So don't take no offense, Trinidad and Tobago. Let us be sensible. Let us not be so hard in one corner or the next that we cannot be open-minded towards the criticism or the concerns that people may have. Some of your best support and some of your best citizens, people who want what is good for Trinidad and Tobago, are those who can see broadly as to what is taking place and who are honest enough to say, hey, maybe this, maybe I don't like this, and engage in that type of discourse. Not yes. You're going down the wrong road, you're going down the right road. Some people just saying yes. And when you crash with them, then is complaining and bacchanal. Or they tell you yes in your face. Yes in your face and behind your back. Talk all kinds of madness and undermine you. Let us work towards a better Trinidad and Tobago. Let us build a Trinidad and Tobago for everyone in Trinidad and Tobago. Let us serve each other. Let us stop the partisan too much. Let us not venture too far into that. And of course, we look on at some major issues taking place within our country. We have this bill before Parliament, before the upper house. I don't know how far it reached yesterday. I know deliberations were going on up till late in the night, and the dailies have not covered any result. So I have to make myself abreast of that situation to share with you all as well. Of course, there's the pressure that was being exerted in some public statements about independent senators, and I know that was all through the news. And for people who are thinking about those topics and those issues, it was a point of discussion. I even heard people saying they wonder if it's really the Prime Minister making some of these statements because they find they are tough, they're rough, and they don't think that's consistent with the way, that she usually is or whatever. Very, very interesting. And she's weighing into to quite a few people who she feels are going the wrong way as well. Of course, the president as well felt a bitter blows if she was a Kaisonian boy like that, right? And to some extent, the president, as we understand how our setup is, how our country is organized, the structure of it, we understand that the Electoral College is dominated by the party that is in power, so therefore whoever they select as president is many times someone who is affiliated and associated. And unfortunately, this current president has that history with the PNM, a PNM member as well. All the added parts, I wouldn't, but that's at the disposal of the Prime Minister in her speech. And whatever we say and whatever we do, we will be judged for it, and we open a door for people to agree or disagree. That is the reality of the words that we say, the things that we do, and we shouldn't take issue with that. And I don't even think the Prime Minister takes issue with people having their opinions on those things. I don't think that troubles her. She is seasoned, right? She's seasoned in this, and she has a certain level of resolve as well, where she ain't really taking on certain criticism, certainly from certain sectors. However, I do believe that from the general perspective of a people, if we collectively take issue with something and it reaches, then that is a different determining factor. I know that for people who are in need, who are suffering, children, mothers, anybody I know who approaches with a sensitive issue in need of assistance and love, you would find a open and receptive heart there. So, very interesting times. I also saw briefly, and I didn't read that article in depth, maybe I'll try to pull it up, but the energy chamber in Trinidad and Tobago as well was subjected to some blows as well. And I can't, and I'm not going to try to go into the veracity of it. For sure, in my thinking and my understanding, multinationals and extremely capitalist-driven companies often do not act in the best interest of wider society. Their goal and their mandate is profits, and their actions sometimes are contrary to what serves the country, the host, the people at large. Even at sometimes the working class is seen mainly as a factor of production. The human aspect of their existence in that economic productive wheel is not considered the way that it should be considered. And they, in their drive towards profit maximization, some entities, if they are harshly capitalistic driven, they take advantage of the working class. They take advantage of labor, and labor is a fundamental part of our society and a fundamental part of our government as well at this point in time. And it is heartening to see agendas and policies that are pro-labor, that consider paternal considerations, that consider the family, that consider wages, living wages, being advanced in our space. Our greatest challenge overall are these shifts in a climate where our economic position is challenging. And we look forward to the bettering of our economic position so that there can be a greater alleviation of the hardship that exists. Again, this is the street and voices of the street here, especially on a morning, and I'm sure throughout the day. The reality is there is challenges and difficulties faced by a wide section of our population. We have been in economic contraction for some time, and people are crying out for that change. People have actually come into this new period of governance with an expectation, and high expectations at that. Over the last tenure of the People's Partnership, people would have enjoyed a certain level of access to the economic largest of the state. People say all kind of aspersions and accusations they throw, but what they end up saying at the end of the statement is that by everybody benefit, things economically trickled and shared throughout the society. And that is an expectation that we have. And coming out of challenging times, I don't want us to forget, and I don't think we can forget, but sometimes we focus on now. But coming out of those challenging times as well, there's only so much some within our society could take, especially the more vulnerable. That frustration, that hunger, the bank on you, the loan shark on you, the this on you. A human being can take a tremendous amount of pressure, but even with our ability to take that pressure, it is limited. We run out of strength sometimes. Hold strong, try to exert the highest levels of patience that are possible. Keep fighting, keep struggling and looking fit. I'm saying fighting, now to be careful with that word. Keep striving. Keep looking. Alright, keep making that effort. Keep going to even those people who are responsible, because we have to find a way for Trinidad and Tobago. And respect, all of us, let us respect each other and let us respect the views, criticisms and applause. Let us respect our fellow man. Right, we're on top of the hour. We take this short break and we'll be back. Good morning and blessings to everyone.
Get ready for a night of vibes, energy, and soca. Iwer, George, and friends presents Iwer. Iwer's Night. Friday, January 23rd at Woodford Cafe. Price Plaza Shaquana starting from 9 p.m. Advanced unisex tickets $100 and ladies 2 for 1 for $100. Featuring the Waterlord, Iwer George. And all his friends in the business. KMC. Blackadan, Malik, Anika Berry, J-Del, and straight out of Grenada, the payroll man, Money. I say load me up with the oil. Music by DJ Mervin as DJ Elon, aka Papi. Come out and experience the big man in the business. Iwer George and Friends. Friday, January 23rd, Woodford Cafe, Shaguanas. It's Iwer's Night. See you there.
What are you doing?
Festival at KFC is so special to all.
What are we doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, picker, like rocket. It's a crunch dival with the baddest bucket.
The Crunch calling with our baddest bucket. That's 7 pieces of chicken for only $99. And for just $25 more, get 4 additional sides. Or crunch into carnival with a super deal and get 1 piece of chicken, 1 regular side, a biscuit, and a large drink for only $29.95.
When the taste moves your waist, you know it's crunch dival at KFC.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you will love this.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake roti and doubles too, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion Brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. The grand opening of the world's #1 Calypso tent, Kaiso Showcase 2026. Friday, 23rd January, 8 p.m., Naparima Bowl, San Fernando. Be prepared for a night of Calypso in all its forms. Social, political commentary, humor, pan, chutney, and suggestive sounds. Featuring performances by Queen Victoria, Lady Adana, Pharaoh, Mr. Shaq, Daddy Chinese, Eunice Peters, Calissa Charles Mapp, Alicia Richards, Hail Drago, Mr. Mac, Nicholas Lucas, Rivaldo London, Lady Tornish, Carice Pascal, D. Juba, Roxy Singh, Queen Voice, Brother Ramkey, Cassie, Miss Ross, Empress, Medic, Greg, Mr. Lee, Fire Rain. Guest performances by Dev, Durango, Brio, and Raw Tour. Your MC, Damian Melvin. Music by Razor Sharp, Chorus, Kaiso Flames. Tickets, advance $200. At the door, $250. Available at Roast and Toast, Superior Street, San Fernando. Athletes by the Park, Tubo South Central Office, Mezzanine Floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. See you there.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
How you just turn on this time machine, boy?
Bro, we have to...
Yes, I know, we have to go, but I have to start it.
On Sunday, February 1st, 2026, Captain Starbright and Tim are going to take your kids on a magical journey to the past, present, and future of Carnival, the greatest show on earth. Get ready for Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Yeah, but how are we going if this time machine not working, boy?
Bro, you're putting me Smolter. It's powered by Smolter.
Oh, it's powered by Smolter.
All right, play it. All right, let's go.
Kids Carnival Kingdom, back to the future. Sunday, February 1st, Skinner Park, San Fernando. Rides, slides, games, soca stars, and more. Parents, watch them learn about their culture and save the future of Carnival. Early bird tickets available online at islandetickets.com or timetolime.com and in store at advertised outlets. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Call 337-KIDS for more information. Kids Carnival Kingdom, back to the future.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Tobago. It's Carnival. The Vibe. The event space, formerly known as Shade, for the Court Tobago, says, let's celebrate Carnival. Bring your Kool-Aids every Friday and Saturday, starting from Friday the 30th of January till Carnival Week, and pay $50 at the door with your cooler all night. No ice, no chaser allowed. Top DJ and artists passing through every Friday and Saturday. To pre-book your cabanas, call 369-6414 and 394-3612 or email iwermg@gmail.com. And this promotion is going on until Easter. Gates open at 9 p.m. It's rum. It's bacchanal. Bring your coolers and come.
Been down this road before. All that left is rum and bacchanal. This is Carnival.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and enjoy a spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The world #1 Calypso dance Kaiser Showcase presents Rhythm of the Sea, where the rhythm meets the wave on board the Embassy Yacht on Friday, 30th January 2026. Boarding at King's Wharf, San Fernando from 7 p.m. and sailing at 8 p.m. sharp. Featuring the ladies DJ, Dr. Ross and Sugar Ray. Early bird tickets $200. General admission $250. Tickets available at Roast and Toast Restaurant, Bar and Grill. Number 86 Superior Street, San Fernando. Attorneys by the Park, Tuco South Central Zone Office, mezzanine floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from Tuco South executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss out on the first ever Calypso tent on the high seas.
Everybody, it's a
Kaiser Showcase, Rhythm of the Sea.
This Carnival season. Come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. We give Him thanks for life. And good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago. Thinking of what to have for lunch or dinner? Here's a meal tip from Royal Castle. Lots of us these days are at the gym toning up or into health and fitness of some kind. Maybe you're vegetarian or fasting and need an alternative. Why not try the Royal Castle Veggie Burger? The wholesome patty is made with oats, lentils, chana, potatoes and carrots, and all Royal Castle's local flavors plus. It's topped with fresh lettuce and tomatoes, all inside a soft, warm bun. Give it an extra kick with the Royal Castle famous pepper sauce. Ask for it alone or as a combo with any side and a 16-ounce soft drink. It's the Royal Castle Veggie Burger. Our culture, our taste. Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for a night of blissful, upbeat soca with Iwer, George and friends at Iwer's Night, happening Friday, January the 23rd. So as this Friday, we outside, morning Mr. George, at Woodford Cafe, Price Plaza, Shogunas, from 9 p.m. Advance tickets, unisex 100 and ladies 2 for 100. Enjoy a welcome drink from 9 to 10:30, plus drink specials before midnight, featuring KMC, Black Adan, Muddy, Melik, Anika Berry, and Jadel, with music by DJ Mervin and DJ Elon, aka Papi. Don't miss it. Iwer's Night, Friday, January 23rd, Woodford Cafe. Come out and experience a night of pure soca energy, vibes, and good times. This is Iwer's Night at Woodford Cafe. And all I know is our vibes anytime Iwer outside, right? So blessings. On the breaker, I was just going through the dailies, and you read, and there's a responsibility to think about what you're reading, obviously, and sometimes to do some research to try and understand the general perspective. And in the headlines, we see that manufacturers are going to have to pay a bit more for gas from the National Gas Company. And of course, if you have to pay more for anything, you would take some issue. Good morning, Mr. West. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ford. I don't want to disrupt your trend.
Never at all. Feel free.
Yeah. There's something in politics they call political acumen. And it entails a number of, elements. But one of the things is that people, and I try to abide by it or hold strong to it, is that people must know when to say and what to say, and that not just because you're in politics, it means that you carelessly run outside there and say anything that comes to your mind. You have to think through. You have to exercise restraint. That is the essence of a good politician. What to say, who to say it, when not to say it. You know it. That is a fact. You and how you do it. And therefore, and when people talk about political history or tragedy, people have to understand that this is what you would have expected to meet. Because you go back to 1986, the first time you have had a transition in government since 1956. And you had it in Basil Pandey had it in when he came into office in 1995 or thereabout. But he dealt with it, head on. And people said he was a madman because he was talking about nobody will get away unscathed and all that kind of thing. But what would have worked then may not work now. But you have to be very, you have to be judicious in what you have to be very careful in what you're doing. And I said earlier on, because I remember I went back and as a young man, I remember and I keep mentioning that as how. And when these people begin, because some people believe that they alone must run this country. It is their country.
Yeah.
And therefore, you know that. And you have to develop the strategy to overcome that without, engendering too much rancor on the part of the population.
They're waiting patiently for any slip of the tongue.
You have to know that.
Or to take your speech and carry it in a certain direction and build on it and make it seem as though you are going on a certain path. That's their job.
Because what you have to understand is that they have a number of institutions, the media. They have those pressure groups and they have them on their side. These people after the 20th of April, they didn't go away, They are there. If you listen to the radio stations, whole day from one of them, whole day just post a song about this and black, this and all kind of. You have to understand that they didn't go away. They are here. And they operate not just in Trinidad, they operate at the region, they operate outside. And therefore it means that is how do you overcome, how do you, deal with those forces that are lined up against you. And you, as somebody say, you can't be pelting wild. You can't be wild.
Yeah, you could be in office, Mr. West, and not be in power,
How you mean?
You could be in office and then there's still the transition of power so that you could administrate,
How you mean?
And that exists now.
Yeah, because the fact remains is that you have to understand the politics, you have to understand the economics, who believe and perceive that they have power, and they had it for the last 10 years, and they want to maintain that power. And they are the handlers. And if you don't understand that, they don't understand that where they're going. And therefore, the question about it is that people have to think and try to analyze the thing and see how they could come back with their strategy to deal with those situations when they do where they head. Otherwise, you're going through. And you deteriorate. And there's sometimes when you have to take stock, you have to stop and do your evaluation. And you have to have people around you who understand the politics. You don't have people as advisors who don't understand, who not on the ground. And the next thing again, people with you, but you rightly said it. When you look back, you don't see nobody, And when the rough get tough and the rough get going, people start to migrate. They start to move from you. You saw it. I experienced that in Trinidad. People who would say that they're UNC and whatnot, from the time the things get rough, they jump ship. And therefore, they have to be very aware, cognizant of that. And again, what I want to say, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. And I always say, and I say it with no apology, Trinidadians are not reliable people. They are deceitful people. And I say it here, most of them. Don't get tired for them. And I said it on your station, on your program, about almost a year ago. I said, and everybody who understands, well, those who can understand the Constitution and don't really understand the politics. This thing about, I've witnessed that. I go back to the period that people like Louis Horn and all these people in the House, in the Parliament, they used to refer to them as independent PNM senators. That term didn't just come about in 2020. That existed long before, all in the 80s. And the fact remains is that when people talk about a president, it started, we talk about political president and that kind of thing. And people talk about the framers of the country never envisage that a political person coming out of a political party would become the president. You saw it with Robinson, and they did it, and he suffered the consequences.
Yeah.
Because he went and he put Robinson there. Robinson was a rabid PNM. We know that too. Not PNM, but a politician. And you took him and you made him president. The Constitution, those framers never envisioned that person ought to have been independent, like Hassan Ali and those people. But they play around. And the fact remains is that is the consequence. Because if you, and we know the Electoral College, who hold the majority, simple. And the fact remains, if you put a president there that has been involved in the politics and appointed by a party to which that party, that president belong to, what do you expect?
Yeah.
And even if that person attempt to act independently, the perception would always be there.
Yeah.
So people ought to, I am not burying my head in the sand. And I looked at the Senate, and at one time I turned away from the Parliament. And you could come, you know when votes come up, where certain people are going to vote, how they're going to vote. And those senators are beholden to the president. They can't vote otherwise what they believe, because their appointment would be cut short. We know that, we see that. So don't phone me and try to make me no fool to tell me about independent and this and that and the other. Hassan Ali was independent, right? That is the one I could speak to. But others, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. And nobody's coming to try to convince me. That's a total mess. And and we talk about constitutional reform. That is one of the things that you need to deal with. You have to deal with the independence of those people. The president, that person must be independent to reflect the independence. We are not a mature political state as probably Britain and all those. Constitutionally, you find that those people are no longer the House of Lords, the upper house. Most of those people are independent. Not change that. They're not independent. Everybody pick a side. And all of them, when you hear outside, they're opening their mouth and talk about this and move this and that and the other. All of them, that Senate, they need to reform that Senate. That's no independent, because you have a PNNA and a PNNB. And that is it in the Senate. So I make no apology for that. I live in Trinidad here, and I have a right to speak out. That is my democratic right. And I say things as I observe it, and that's that. Thank you, Mr. Ford. I don't want to proceed, but I'm telling the government need to be very, again, people been emphasizing the question of communication. You have that situation with the gas problem, the gas price going up. You need to talk to the people. Let the people come and address the people, and let the people know what's going on. Because you have people outside there who want to create mischief. I live here, and I'm saying that when things begin to boil over and all that kind of thing, whatever happens, I am going to be affected in one way or the other. So that is my interest. I don't belong to any political party. I don't want to be in no political party. I want to speak on behalf of myself, the family, the neighbors, the community, the nation as a whole. And that is my interest. Thank you.
Thank you very much as well. So you all could weigh in as well. The independent senators as well voted yesterday for the amendments to these traffic violations, to give this period of, let me go to the article, to give this period of warning, where if you run afoul of some issue with your vehicle and the police hold you, you are given a period of time to rectify. 3 to 7 days, I believe the time period is. Let me just go into the article. And we as a population clamored for some alleviation of that difficulty, because the fines are substantial, and we felt hurt by the level of hardship that would place on us as a population, particularly given our economic position as a whole. There are a few people who can afford, and those people who can afford drive brand new cars that have very little defects, and usually a car that is new has no defect, and it takes a period of time for it to wear, and that natural wear, things stop working, etc., and to be penalized in such a great way, such a harsh way for that, when in the first place it is because sometimes your lack of knowledge of what may have taken place at Broken Light, or your inability economically to alleviate the situation right away. A crack in your windscreen, and we understand the best practice and the encouragement to have your vehicle working in a proper manner. But the reality of the economic situation for not a small sector of our society, a large sector of our society, is that they find those repairs extremely challenging. Sometimes you have to put aside a $300 for the month for 5 months, $1,500 for a windscreen for a basic vehicle. Your income and your expenditure is not adding up. And in totality, that section of the population felt as though that understanding must exist with our leaders. And therefore, legislation must follow that understanding. We cannot be extreme when dealing with the vulnerable, and not just the vulnerable, because there's such a wide section of our society now that is economically vulnerable, and you must be in touch with them. And you were in touch with us during that period of campaigning, election, etc., because you said the right things. And therefore, if we see change in that, it must be justified to 2,000%, the same amount defined goal, because you cannot change from a level of understanding to a level of lack of understanding in that period of time. And people, the general population, cried out, in my opinion, and in response to that, we have this amendment which was passed. The independent senators voted for the change. It is the opposition that voted against. It may not be that they did not want some warning period, but I know it was discussed that maybe the period of time should have been longer. One independent senator, I think Dr. Murray, said the grace period should have been a little longer and suggested, I think, between 21 and 42 days. That might have been me in the Senate, because I myself might have advanced, okay, give us, because I consider myself one of the population affected as well. Not aloof, not insulated by my economic ability to keep everything in order. Feel what the people feel. And if you have to give back more than three quarter of your salary, 9/10 of your salary to earn what the average Trinbagonian is earning, that's a little much. Maybe 4/5 proportionately what they earn to what we earn. If you have to give that back and live on $8,000 to understand what the people feel, then you might have to do that. To govern effectively and to govern with an understanding of the majority of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. If you cannot, while receiving $50,000 or whatever plus, if you cannot empathize and understand what the general public is going through, while you live with more means than the average, then give back 4/5 of your salary and experience life from that perspective, because that is the perspective from which you need to govern. And we told the last administration clearly, come down from there. It is one of the most clear signals that Trinbagonians expressed politically for some time. We said to them, come down from there. Come down from that place where, like, all you have no understanding of us. So we must, as legislators, as leaders, we must connect with the people. We must understand. And yes, we have to shape behavior as well, but it has to balance. It has to balance. And fortunately, members of the Senate, you know, many of them, the independent bench as well, gave support to that change, because in my opinion, it is a positive. It is a positive change, and I give credit to a responsive government that can change if they have made legislation that needs change. The Prime Minister also said if we behave right, interested way of framing things, that there would be reductions, etc. Not just because of that, but obviously that is an incentive. I asked Trinbagonians, even in this season of festivity, etc., to obey the codes on the road, to be cautious and careful, to not jeopardize life, your life and other people's lives as well on the road, to endeavor your best, to ensure that things in order. The big ones for me is to not drink and drive, to not drive recklessly. And I look forward as well, again, I know certain actions are curtailed by finance, etc., but some of the money coming in from even whatever fines, etc., education programs, we need to constantly speak to our youth, because it is in your youthful stages, or in your ignorant stages, it has some old ignorance as well. You may drive at a fast rate, speed thrills, but it kills, etc. An education program, more reminders on the road. The police that are stationed as you enter Port of Spain, sometimes on the highway, the patrols, they assist tremendously because they provide a reminder and a deterrent. Because if you know within the gap of how much meters there's an officer there, and if you can't pass them at a rapid rate of speed, they would probably pursue you, etc., because something had to be wrong. So let us do those things that do assist in a greater manner. So we saw that, and there is this criticism of independent senators, but I do also believe that some of these senators try to add what they can through their professional life to legislative agendas in a positive way. Although obviously there is this weight when you have a politically oriented president selecting them, and even the pool that she may know, maybe because of her political affiliations and the circles that she is accustomed to. And I'm just using her as an example because it has taken place in the past as well. So we need to have that greater independence. And I also want to say to some of the independent senators, people who have a certain level of standing within our society, that I respect them in their professions as well, and they do at times also show independence. All right, it's this political system that we exist in. We struggle with it to try to come out with the best outcomes for all of us. So I hopped across there, and now I'll go back to the manufacturers in Trinidad having to face, higher gas prices. And I'm only just seeing this morning, so I'll take a little read with you all. The wholly state-owned National Gas Company has officially informed local manufacturers that use natural gas that the price of the commodity will be increased by between 60 and 70% by the end of January. So it's a substantial increase. The decision by the NGC to increase the cost of natural gas to manufacturers comes as NGC seeking to renegotiate many of the gas contracts of petrochemical companies on the Point Lisas Industrial Estate and the Union Industrial Estate in Labre that expired at the end of last year. The price of natural gas in those contracts is also being adjusted upwards, industry sources told Guardian Media. NGC has even increased the price of natural gas sold to its subsidiary, Phoenix Park Gas Processors Limited, by 38.66% from $3.75 US per million BTU to US $5.20 per million BTU. Alright, so I will read into it a little further, and maybe I can come back tomorrow and discuss it a bit, or if any of the callers are aware of the underlying reasons for the increase in cost, etc., then you all can feel free as well. 342-0081-4665391. Sometimes to the average population, we may not understand the intricacies of our business, gas and oil, to a lesser extent. So we depend on people to do the research and also explain to us what is taking place. But from a business perspective, obviously, manufacturers would have an additional cost, and nobody except the population just take price increases just like that. They must express their dismay. We take the call. KFC, morning.
Hey, good morning, Juan.
Hey, morning, brother.
I was talking about pressure. Pressure is both pipelines too.
Of course.
But I feel for sure I sweat blood, yes, for the government for better opportunities, for a job, for a fighting for my thing, through social development like the blue black smoke in my face, political victimizement day. I put on my name for the little walk up to now they can't call me. I had to trying to see about for the other people who fight and toil and support. The activists crying out and afraid to come out and talk about. I don't feel like they don't put.
Yeah, you mute your call, KFC.
Yeah, deal with the plan them who put all in office there. When they're going by them, they're watching that kind of like they ain't concerned, they ain't care. Telling me about they're giving me food, care, and I'm buying not that Down syndrome thing. I I want a standard job. We had to be running for no food can and running for no hamper. I've been running for what? Because all them things they take away for job, this, that, and high taxes, and zone of this and zone of that, and all them kind of things. First, that is bus pipeline. I live my life, I try to change my life. I don't want to go back there. So, where am I? I need a work, I support all.
Yeah, all right.
I've been running enough work. I see them wickedness going on by.
All right, I know you're locked on. Blessings, brother. Yeah, so within the society, the needs of every single member will not be met at the same time, but I understand the plight. Some are more vocal than others. There are people within our society who suffer quietly, right? And make your best effort to improve your life as well. Do not just wait on government or anybody or for that matter, but they have a responsibility and a role as well. The relationship between supporting etc. and getting a job and etc. Right, that's a interesting topic there. I've said privately as well to my brother, because I consider everybody within the society, regardless of creed, race, or color, even those who are negative towards me as well, my brothers and my sisters, certainly in humanity, then from a national perspective, etc. Approach the situation in the best way possible, right? Sometimes you try one way and it is not working. Try a different way, right? And God willing, you will succeed. I can't fault anybody within the society for desiring an opportunity to work to take care of their family and their loved ones. And I believe that a responsible government would want to create the conditions for as much as its population to be able to work, to fulfill their needs and to meet the needs of their family as well. And I would not say that is not the case with this current administration. Right? They have work to do. There is a lot of work to do. As me and Mr. West were lamenting before, you could be in political office but not have all of that power that is necessary. And it is a transition and a shift. The existing political hierarchy has been one way for a very long time. And therefore they would have established connections and links with corporate Trinidad, with media, with whatever, with the movers of and shakers, with the leaders in other industries that render them, even out of office, to still have a certain level of power as well, because not all of the power is vested in the political directorate alone, right? And we have to understand that a shift and a transition is still taking place. Have patience sometimes, even in your advocacy, in your appealing for whatever you are appealing for that you believe that you want or you need within the society. Some of us, it is general for the benefit of all of society. Some of us are more concerned with our personal needs. Have patience and constancy in what you're doing. Well, you certainly have patience in expressing on our stations, etc. But also have that patience as well. All right. So just to go into this major development as well, there's a reason why this is in the headlines as well, because of the importance of our energy sector and those downstream, those companies that utilize our gas to produce, to manufacture, and many of the returns that come to Trinidad and Tobago come through this process. If it's one from the direct purchase of this gas and also from the taxation that these companies, these are big companies as well, who do major production, the taxes that they also pay to our country. So that's why this is a major development. And we would hope from the increases that more money would come into the coffers of our state. But like I said, there would be this contention, this negotiation between these corporate entities. And maybe it is in light of all of this that the Prime Minister made her statements as well to the Energy Chamber of Trinidad and Tobago, which comprises also leaders in this entire industry. Because business does not want to pay more. Business doesn't want to challenge their profit margins. And certainly business does not want to operate at an unprofitable stage. So all of those considerations are taking place at this point in time. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm all right, man.
Yeah. Praise God, man. Blessings. Well, Mr. Ford, as usual, I always appreciate the comments that you make, the positive comments that you make, the positive contribution that you give. You know, it really does a lot. It really gives you encouragement to move forward. You know? Based on the discussion there, I think that the Prime Minister should attend this summit with the energy companies. I think she should. First to begin, because we in a kind of economic crisis, and we know that these companies have ideas, have plans. I think people, despite of sometimes you have a feeling about or about somebody, sometimes you have to reach a point where you put away your differences for the greater betterment for yourself and for the country. So I think this is a point where, despite of she may have an ill feeling in some kind of retrospect, I think that she should still at least sit down and hear what they're offering and play some part, because at the end of the day, there could be something there that could be said or done for the beneficial of your country. I see that you have Mr. Munilal heading out to India in a couple of days to sit in a same energy meeting where he would be one of the guest speakers there. So with that said, Mr. Ford, I think that you should, whatever ill feelings you may have, put that aside, attend the meeting, sit down, hear what they're saying, hear what they're offering, and you move forward from there.
Yeah.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question, boy.
What's that?
You ever hear about good cop, bad cop?
Good hear.
So when one person in a negotiation, when one person is the tough one and the hard, and then you send somebody else to do the softer work, but the general gist is to try to get to a better position. I feel maybe
I agree.
Yeah, I feel maybe there's a tough job to be done as well. And it is challenging, and I think maybe our Prime Minister is taking on the role to really take that tough job, because when you have to face the executives of major companies who have your economy as well kind of in their hands because of because of how large their business is, and because they know that sometimes you can't be soft with them, because they will keep you in a position where they are or benefiting to the maximum. So I think all of that is going on. I think we are witnessing, some shifts here that are some tremendous wrangles between some essential partners in Trinidad and Tobago. But I think what is being done is an effort to try to get more for Trinidad and Tobago. So somebody is the bad cop. I don't know who's gonna be the good cop.
Good cop.
Yeah. So we look at the chamber meeting.
But Mr. Ford, with that said, you still have to sit with them.
Yeah.
Because the dialogue had to take place.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like there's a point that you would have you made some points in the earlier stages with the Venezuela and the oil and so on. You said that America was still doing business with Venezuela.
Yeah.
Despite of the ill feeling, despite of the bad mind, whatever, at the end of the day was business.
Yeah.
So this is just my point. Yes, you may feel this way and you may have your ill feeling, but at the end of the day, the only way that things will go forward is with sitting and dialoguing and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it cannot be taken personally. You have a country to run.
Certainly, man.
And that's my point.
Certainly. But I don't think that is what is taking place. Yeah. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So what I was explaining is that it may be a negotiating strategy, so to speak, because you're dealing with big boys, right? Some major companies, their turnover is larger than your GDP, and Trinidad and Tobago is not the only place that they operate, and they have a certain level of economic power, and they also know what they contribute. We're using the word contribute to Trinidad and Tobago in exchange for the profit and the benefit that they extract. So they, from their positions, have a certain level of power, and you also have a certain level of power, and you are working with them to try to achieve the best for Trinidad and Tobago. And sometimes you have to be tough. You have to be tough, and while you, per se, you as the individual may be tough, you have other people who are engaging in a different way. And sometimes they will call you bluff. There are companies who may exit, and you have to create strategies that can replace. Because if people see that you are over-reliant, over-dependent, and there is no replace for them, they will use that position of strength to drive what you derive from that business deal to the lowest possible denomination. And that is not good for Trinidad and Tobago. So this period of time in our energy industry as well, clearly there are these negotiations taking place, and it is a difficult job that our governance structure has to do. I and Trinidad and Tobago give them that support. I hope they can articulate to us in the best way possible what is taking place, because the companies as well have their connections through their chamber, through their connections with the media, etc., to explain their positions. And now our government also has that responsibility to educate and explain their position, so that we can put our support and also be part of directing our managers of our economy to a place that is best for everyone. The best deal is always one where everybody wins. But in business and in a capitalist-driven mentality, That is not the objective of the partners. The objective of the partners are to win. I'll allow you to close off. We just have a minute. So
yeah, all I want to say is, Fuad, I'm happy that you read what you have before you, because last night I listened to the news and I got the impression that the government just came out and decided to have a 70%. And not the question the range between 60 and 70 was never really mentioned.
Right.
And the fact that the contract had come to an end.
Yeah.
So really and truly, they are in negotiation, which is quite natural and normal.
Yeah.
Right. But what I would expect is that the government would have the best team of people to negotiate with those multinational companies. Right. We have seen it in the 60s, in the 70s, 80s during the oil bonanza, and I'm saying that yes, you need to have the best people to sit to negotiate with those transfer multinational companies. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And if there is not any tension in negotiations, then somebody giving in too easy. So there will be tensions as well. Let's understand business. Let us understand our business. Right? Blessings to Trinidad and Tobago. And I'll see you all tomorrow, God willing. Take care.
One dance with me, fulfill my curiosity. I wanna know, girl, you know I'm thirsty. Yeah.